Greetings from London, England. I'm back in the capital and I'm heading for Buckingham Palace, which is just up ahead of me. I am planning to walk past Buckingham Palace to Wellington Arch, which is the westernmost side of Piccadilly, and then stroll up Piccadilly until I get to the square with all the famous lights. That's the plan anyway. Closer look on my way past. To my right here, the palace itself, 775 rooms. It is a huge place. The official London residence and administration centre of the royal family. Right, I'm going to head in that direction. So up ahead of me now is the arch itself, but motorbike flying parked there. So just before the arch is this monument to volunteers from Africa, from the Caribbean, from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and many other places. Over 5 million volunteers that helped British soldiers and Great Britain during the 2 world wars. It is rush hour, as I said a few minutes ago. Very, very busy out here on the streets of London. Here's the arch, built between 1825 and 1827. It was originally one of the entrances to Buckingham Palace, and it was built in a different location. It was actually built, I think, just across the road. Get me in focus there. Just across the road on the overlooking the Hyde Park screen, and then it was moved here in around about 1880. Before that though, in the 1850s I think, a huge sculpture of the Duke of Wellington was placed on the top. Every time those lights change, those cyclists come streaming across the road and underneath the arch. It is a sight to behold, that's for sure. And by the way, the monument on top of the arch was actually placed there in 1846, not the 1850s, as I said previously. And it is a monument to the Duke of Wellington at the time. The Duke of Wellington, by the way, is a title, so there would be a number of them, number of dukes, but the famous one, the one that it is a monument to, is a guy called Arthur Wellesley. He was British Prime Minister twice, and he was also the guy that served as a commander and defeated Napoleon. It is really noisy, really loud around here. I'm essentially in the middle of a huge roundabout. There are about 4 or 5 major roads leading into this area, and one of them is Piccadilly. That's the road that heads, I think it starts around about here and it heads over in that direction. That's the road I'm going to be following. Just passing a monument to British airmen during World War II. This is a monument that was unveiled by Queen Elizabeth II, 28th of June 2012. And I have seen this before. Up here gives you a little bit more information on what it's all about. This memorial is dedicated to the 55,573 airmen from the United Kingdom, British Commonwealth and Allied nations who served in RAF Bomber Command and lost their lives over the course of the Second World War. Starting to see quite a few of the luxurious hotels now. This is the Ritz.
I know, I'm pretty sure he did.
staying there tonight, that's for sure. There we go, the cost of the Ritz tonight for one room, £526. Not as bad as I thought actually, but still crazy expensive. That is about, must be 700 euros. This looks like a good spot for some seafood. It is February, so it is pretty cold outside. Looks like they've got that covered. It is about 6 degrees right now. So this shop has a sale on, closing soon, everything must go. And then just over here, they're advertising for full-time staff. So Piccadilly Circus just up ahead, and I've been reading about how this place got its name. It turns out that in the 1600s, a wealthy businessman named Robert Baker built a mansion roughly where I'm standing right now, and he got his money from selling something called Piccadills to the noble, the rich and the famous. And Piccadills were the high, stiff collars that you would see on people back then. They were mostly worn by the upper class and signified influence and power. The mansion Robert Baker built was apparently referred to as Piccadill Hill by the locals, and somehow over the years that name has evolved into Piccadilly. The circus part of the name derived from the Latin word for circle, and because this place was previously a large roundabout, the name Piccadilly Circus came to be. It has certainly come to be known for being a cool place to hang out. Its street performers and artists, and the famous LED screen right up there in front of me. I'm going to take a look around. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.